Further the Man program was something that I really wanted to do when I became the head coach here, to help these players transition from where we get them out of high school to manhood. And I think one of the phrases I've heard in college athletics a lot is, you need to be a man. Well, I think we have a unique opportunity to train them to be men in a 4-year transitional period coming out of high school. But I think in college athletics, when you look across the board, we're failing at the most part in that. I don't think people are investing in the person enough. I think the pressure to win games and to constantly produce stays at the top of the priority list because of the nature of college athletics. And we forget that we are training and developing people. And this is just an intentional plan that we basically run through the year to aid in developing the person, because at the core of athletics, I really believe that if we can develop 15 people, that their player will develop, and that their player development will be a byproduct of their man developing. And if those players develop, then our program will develop, and it will just flow in sync.
Terminology, really simple, okay? We said we front the post. On these switches, we are denying the post, okay? So I should see your arm in the passing lane, you're taking this completely away, and we are in a full denial on a small matchup with a 4, okay? It's not a front, it is a full out denial.
The Further the Man program that Coach Richey installed into our program this year was a great opportunity for us to learn each other, not just on the court, but more emphasis on learning each other outside the court, our strengths, our weaknesses, mentally, physically, learn each other's families, our backgrounds, where we come from. Everybody has a different story.
To me, the Furthering the Man program was a way to take it one step further than basketball. Coach Richey cared about us more than just his basketball players. It was a big family out there, and he always said he wanted to turn us into the best possible men, and that didn't just mean on the basketball court.
What I appreciate about the Furthering the Man program, just how it kind of connects us with more than just, our team and, our fans.
So basically there's different phases of the program, and it's really to complete how we look at them being ready to be at their next appointment, so to speak. So what's next from Furman? Is that playing professionally? Maybe. Okay, but if not, then what's next? And not that they have to go try to get ready, but they'll already be ready. And when I got the job, I was amazed at how many people in the course of going for a head coaching job were focusing on my interview, the things that I was saying, the way I appeared, the optics of how I dressed. All that stuff was important, and that was communicated back to me at the end of it. And I started thinking about our players. If they have to go interview for a job right when they get done playing for us as seniors, they have no idea what to do.
You'll be in motion, Jordan, you're just reading it, all right? We're gonna throw it, we can burn this, all right? We can bomb this. Those are your 2 options, and we'll play live, all right? Burn, bomb, we'll play live on that, and just see how it flows.
The first part of it is we started with the dress, and we brought a tailor in. And you can't take in a 6'8", 250 to go to Belk to get a suit, it's a little hard. So part of our travel gear, we brought a tailor in and got custom-made suits for the guys and talked to them about the importance of dress and the appearance. And in today's time, it is very important. And we got them a suit, we got them a shirt, we got them a tie, and then we brought in some people to show them how to tie a tie, why dress was important and why we would invest in that.
The suit is what it really surprised me. It meant a lot to us, and we all put on our suits to go down to Asheville. And I didn't understand how important and how much of an impact it would have on us until we really put them on.
We also wanted to make sure these guys knew how to eat, so that was the etiquette dinner. And I think that, the golf course and restaurants, how much business happens in those 2 venues right now, how many deals are made, how much negotiation is done, and how many deals could you potentially lose just with a fork and a knife. And so we really wanted to bring in somebody to make it entertaining, but to also teach them the value of that.
I just thought that was very helpful. That's a lot of stuff that I personally don't know, and I learned a lot.
I'm a sloppy eater, I learned. I got a lot to fix, but I learned a lot. Definitely can keep that in my back pocket when I go to business dinners down the road.
The community service piece is really, really important in my opinion, because for one, it's teaching our players how to serve and taking the gifts that we've been given and giving those back to the community, and also getting an opportunity for them to just see how blessed and fortunate they are. And so that gives them an opportunity to serve And then I think it also gives us an opportunity to connect with our community. And I think that's an area that we're lacking, and I think that's an area as Greenville and Travelers Rest in specific are growing by the day, that we've got to show a willingness to get in the community. And I think when you can combine those two things, connection with community, but also an element of service, I just think there's value in all of those areas.
Community service meant a lot to me. You know, just trying to, you know, make a positive impact, doing something greater than yourself.
Whenever you can get an opportunity to give back, we love that. And especially the 4 seniors, we've seen the community grow stronger and more loyal to, especially Furman basketball. And so whenever we get a chance to give back, we love to. We did Meals on Wheels, where we were packing lunches for people. And that was just an awesome time. It's great for great team bonding, and it's great perspective. It's great to look back and realize how much like we have and how appreciative we should be of the things we have.
We've gotten into high schools, we've gotten into churches, we've done some free clinics, we've worked with Meals on Wheels. You know, we've done a lot of things to go to the community instead of, like most athletic programs, begging people to come to us and watch us play and begging to give money to us. How can we go out and help other people? And I think that's been a very, very healthy process for these guys. The biggest piece of it is the mentoring program. That's the piece of the program that flows all year. And I hesitated to call it a mentoring program because there's a lot of quote unquote mentoring programs out there that's more of a checklist deal that, you know, you show up at an event, you shake some hands and maybe you get up, but it's more an event. I wanted an organic relationship formed between somebody in the community and our players that really could develop however that looked.
I got a lot out of the mentoring program. My mentor is Paul Foster. Coach Richey set the seniors up and a lot of the upperclassmen up with mentors, and we kind of organized a breakfast one day. And we just kind of hit it off. I kind of picked his brain on his perspective coming out of college and getting into the workforce, and he gave me great advice.
So I met Jeff Beans the fall of this past year, and I'd seen him play, obviously, but I got a chance to meet him and have breakfast. And I noticed a maturity that was there that I think he'd gotten from basketball and being on the team and making it through 3 years and being in his 4th year and being a senior. I saw someone that was a man. And it was my job to help kind of steer and direct him in terms of his career. And it was an easy thing as far as rapport, and with my connections in the community, we kind of talked through different things he wanted to do. And we had multiple meals and just talked, and I put him in touch with 3 or 4 people, and I think that's helped him on that career path. What I got out of it was just energy, and just being around somebody who's young and excited. It's always good to help someone, obviously. It was just great to see him so focused. And the thing that I got from him was his role had changed and morphed since his freshman year into what he was now. And he was a leader, and he was one of the anchors on the team, and he could take that away into the business world. I was really impressed.
Coach Richey's even been a great mentor. He's been contacting people for me. He's been there the whole way with me. If I need anything, he's there for me. If I need any advice, I'll go ask him. He's been great for all that.
I remember going to meet my mentor for the first time. We met downtown for a good lunch, and I had a great conversation. I learned a lot. I learned about his background, his story, and just to get another person's perspective that's more in the real world and has some experience behind them. It's really a humbling experience for us to learn from them going forward, knowing that we're coming upon the near future in the real world and ready to make that next step.
Last week even, we had one of our seniors in the house of one of our mentors. I didn't even know about it till after the fact. And that particular mentor then lined up this senior with 3 people in the community that were more specific for the job that he needed to do. So now we're bringing in the Furman Network, we're exposing our players to the Furman Network, and then they're connecting those people to the community to get jobs for our players. And then if we've trained them and equipped them in ways in the Further in the Man program, then now that transition's better.
Coach Richey always told us that at the beginning of the season, if I can create better men, then we'll be a better team.
The main reason we started this is because in college basketball right now, I feel like there's a lot of terms, culture one of them, and family one of them, that really have there's no substance behind it. And we have transfers going out every single day. Close to about 800, 900 transfers every year in college basketball at the Division I level. And it's strictly everything is on the basketball. And I just feel like for me to have an opportunity to coach basketball at the Division I level, I want this program to be as competitive as any program in the country. But at the end of the day, I want to know that we're growing people. And I think this is the best opportunity as a coach to show people how to compete in life, how to compete on the court, how to compete in the classroom. But at the end of the day, I also want to know I put them in a program for 4 years that could take them to when we first got them, and at the end of the journey, that they were closer to being the man that their sons, their daughters, and their wives are going to need, so that we can take them into the world and make a difference.